Hello again. It's been a while since I've recorded one of these videos. This is a piece that I wrote in April of 2020 called Wake Up. I was thinking of just paraphrasing it, but in reading it over, I like the way it's worded, what I did. So I'm just going to read it, and pardon me while I do it instead of just speaking off the cuff. If you want to follow along, it's posted on my website, wakethechurches.com. If it's not right at the top, then it'll be under April of 2020. So here we go. Wake up. It's past time to wake up. There's a judgment coming, and it's coming soon. How you answer some of the following questions will determine how you will be judged. What have you done for Jesus? Have you accepted him as your Savior? Have you listened to his still small voice? Have you done what he's asked you to do? I've written a lot about how I know that the Bible is true, that Jesus really lived, died, and rose again and is coming back. So I won't repeat myself too much. Suffice it to say, the Bible is truth. If you have not believed or accepted Christ, you need to wake up and get with the program. As I said, there's a judgment coming. And if you have not believed in God and his Son Jesus, you are going to be in trouble. If you have not accepted Christ, what are you waiting for? Wake up. We know he really lived. We know that his life changed the world. We know that countless people's lives have been changed by accepting him as Lord. I know personally that the summer after my second wife passed, I came to realize that the Bible, God, and Jesus were real. That the only way I was going to be truly happy in my life was to do whatever he wanted me to do. My life has never been the same since. Before that night, I felt I knew about Jesus, but after that night, I began to really know Jesus. So wake up and open your heart to the God who loves you, who sent his Son to die for you. Read the Bible and wake up. 1/3 of the Bible is prophecy, and every one of those prophecies has come true except the ones concerning the second coming of Christ, which we who believe are looking for. Read the book of Daniel, for example. There are many prophecies about future kings and kingdoms, their comings and goings, as well as the exact date that Jesus would come into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. If prophecies that were written hundreds of years before they were fulfilled came true, what are the odds that the ones that are yet to happen are going to be fulfilled as well? I can 100% guarantee you that they will. Wake up. You may not have much time. If you've been around the Bible much at all, you've surely heard of the coming Great Tribulation. And you may also have heard people talk of the rapture of the church, that many believe will happen before the tribulation begins, myself included. If you have not accepted Christ by that time, you are going to be going through the hell on earth that is the Great Tribulation. No one knows the exact time this will take place, but there are signs that we are getting close. But whether Jesus comes to take us up today, tonight, next week, next year, or in 10 years, he's going to take his people out of this world before the worst happens. If you are not worried about that, then worry about this. What happens when you die? Because that can happen today for any of us. The Bible tells us that we are going to live once, and then the judgment. Whether that comes through the Great Tribulation or when you die, it's coming. So wake up. You don't get a second chance once you leave this life. The Bible does not teach reincarnation. The Bible tells us that to be absent from the body is to be with Christ, but only if you've accepted him. What have you got to lose? If I'm wrong in what I believe, and after you die there's nothing, what have you lost? But what if I'm right, and you don't answer the call to come to Christ? You will be judged and found wanting, and believe me when I tell you that hell is just as real a place as heaven, and you don't want to go there. Being a follower of Christ is a grand adventure. After all, you will be led by the one who created the universe and everything in it. God has given us all our senses. We have eyes to see beauty, a nose to smell wonderful things, hands to feel and touch the world around us, and ears to hear beautiful sounds. If He has given us all these things and many more, don't you think that walking with Him in this life or in the next is going to be wonderful? God has given us the gifts of laughter, of knowledge, and the ability to learn and to understand much of what is around us. How much more will He give us once we can truly be with Him? If you believe the Bible is true, that Jesus really lived, but haven't accepted Him as Lord of your life, then wake up. You're missing more than you know. I've said this before and I'll say it again. God will not force you to come to Him. He gives you the choice, and it's a choice only you can make. I believe the time is short for you to make that choice. I know that the God I follow is hopeful, very hopeful, that you and all who have yet to come to Him will choose to follow Him. Please wake up to the God who is calling you and take His hand and let Him lead you on the path He has for you. Don't worry about what He might call you to do in this life, because if He calls you to do something, it will be a joy. He will equip you. He will guide you and lead you in whatever He calls you to do. After all, Jesus tells us in Matthew 11:28-30, "Come unto me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Wake up. Jesus is calling you right now. What are you waiting for? Thank you.